Why, hello there. We are in installment number 2 of the 100 Baby Challenge 1950s edition, and we just created Farah. I actually created her like 6 months ago, but that's okay. I'm finally getting into it now. And the first thing that we need to do before we get into the goal today, which is to meet some men so that she can find a mate, is to go over the rules of the 100 Baby Challenge. So we should start with the basics, which is you need to create a sim. Obviously, we have Farah, so that's who we're gonna go with today. And then the matriarch, it needs to be a young adult who is eligible to give birth. In this case, she's a she, but honestly, choose your gender. I don't care. The matriarch cannot have any other Sims in her household to start out with, so it has to be her solo. The matriarch can also have any appearance or any traits that you like. I'm only changing 2 of the basic rules. That is, it has to be the same person who she is married to the entire time and has all those babies with, and that person has to be a male, because we're talking about the 1950s here, and there were unbelievably ridiculous gender standards placed on people. And we're gonna see whether or not that actually plays out for Farah, because the other thing that I am going to change is that Farah, once she finds that mate, it's all up to that mate to be able to get a job and to support his household, which is also an incredibly difficult double standard to maintain, because think about it, you have to work as hard as you possibly can to maintain a household, and what happens if you lose your job? The matriarch cannot be moved into a household that is anything beyond the starter fund that every sim comes with when you first make them, so basically 20,000 simoleons, or the equivalent of $20,000, whatever that would have been in 1950s, which is essentially low income status. It's not the lowest of the low, she's not impoverished, but she's also not middle class yet, if at all. All I know is that 20,000 simoleons does not a rich female sim make. The active household can then move into any household afterward as long as they're not using cheats to achieve that. So I'm not able to give Farah funds in order to find a better house. I can only buy a house that she can afford right now. I am able to download lots from the gallery for her to move into. So if you have an idea for where Farah and her new spouse should live, then by all means upload your own houses and share them to me. By the way, if you didn't know this already, on The Sims, I'm called Call Me Old AF. I don't know if I'm gonna change that or not when I change the channel name, but for now, my handle on the marketplace for The Sims 4 is Call Me Old AF. So find me. I actually have a version of myself and Lawrence on there from a long, long time ago that you can download, as well as a couple of historic buildings that I really like. My Bob Cratchit build from last year is on there. I have a really cool, at least I think it's cool, old Chicago 3-story apartment building on there. And I would love for you to peruse it and let me know what you think. The active household also can't be merged with any other household, so that means that Farah is not allowed to have any roommates. Once she finds her mate, that's the only person who can live with her. So now that's enough to get us started. And then there are more rules, of course, if you want to actually play along, and I will link them down in the description. Let me know in the comments, because I think it's too early for me to decide this since she's gonna have a job before she finds a spouse. Do you think that Farah should be able to work at home once she has babies? Let me know, because I've been in 2 minds about this. The unrealistic standard, even in the 50s, was that women were not supposed to work. They were supposed to be basically the keepers of the household, and they were there for moral support as well as moral instruction for the children while the father went to work. It's very easy to believe that that standard was true, but it wasn't. In the 50s, women still worked. It's just a question of what jobs they were actually allowed to perform. And by the 50s, most of the traditional types of jobs women were at least able to get into. It's just that the standard was society decided that they weren't supposed to be in them, even though World War II had just happened and a lot of women had been actually working in what had been predominantly male fields while the men were gone. A great resource if you want to learn more about women's actual roles in post-World War II America is Not June Cleaver. It's a series of essays edited by Joanne Meyerowitz, and it outlines a lot of different roles that women actually did play in post-war America. And spoiler alert, they weren't just housewives. So now that you know the rules, let's jump in. Very quickly, I'm gonna go ahead and just choose a lot that seems like the most affordable one and that a couple of kids can live in, because she has to be able to survive before she finds someone, and she hasn't even got a job yet. I think we'll go with this house. That looks good enough, and let's dive in and see what we can do to, first off, get her a job, because she is gonna need some money while she looks for a mate. We're gonna go man hunting, basically, in this episode, so let's go and find a mate for our friend Farah. I cannot believe that I didn't put headphones on for this. So Farah's bedroom is kind of bare bones. Honestly, right now, I think that's the way that it needs to be. She is gonna, of course, want to make this room into a nursery. And she's got her bed here, which honestly I think is going to work out well to start with. A very simple lamp, also fine. An old drawer set, which looks like it would be fine. The bookshelf is fine. I think the TV, honestly, needs to go. She needs a radio instead because, yes, in the 50s, that is when everyone started to get TVs. But that said, in the first half of the 50s, it was unlikely that everyone on the block would have a TV. Least of all, a single woman who just moved into the neighborhood on her own and hasn't found a spouse yet. She probably would not have had the disposable income to be able to get a TV right away. So let's find her a radio instead. And this one is pretty perfect. I absolutely love it. This is so cute. It's got the record player on top. The problem that I think we're gonna find with this specific gameplay is that a lot of the stuff that Farah is gonna want in her house is gonna be way more expensive just because it looks vintage. And of course, that's the problem that we have right now as a society too, is that vintage stuff is super expensive right now. And it's so funny because it did not used to be that way when I started collecting things way back in my teens and 20s. I was like the only person that I knew for a very long time who had any interest in any of this stuff. And as a result of that, antiquing was super cheap. Got some basic table and chairs. I think all of this will be fine. This is definitely not the way that I usually research things, but since we're doing this on the fly and it's Vlogmas, I'm gonna ask anyway. Hey Google, when was the smoke alarm invented? Google is speechless. I guess I'm gonna have to actually Google it. She wouldn't have had a smoke detector in her house at all because it was invented, well, the first modern smoke detector that was made for households was invented in 1965. So you're welcome. Because of that, unless the game gets too difficult to manage, because with the Sims you can very easily set things on fire, I think it has to go. We might change that later. We'll see. I'm not sure if she would have had a normal shower either. In fact, you know what? I don't want her to have a normal shower from now anyway. I would very much like for her to have a bath because a quirk of The Sims is that in order for children to get clean, you have to bathe them in a tub. You can't actually use a shower to do that, which I think is absurd, but whatever, Sims. So we'll use this one. Nice teal color. Definitely clashes with the floor, but I'm not too concerned about that right now because as you can see, we don't have a lot of money. So she needs to find a job, like right now. I don't know how she finds a job on here without a computer. She does have a phone. All right, well, I guess she has to use the phone to find a career, which it used to be that you had to look in the newspaper or you had to look on a computer, but I guess that has changed now. Let's find something for her to do. Based on what she is interested in, I would say that she would be a really good teacher. Of course, it's not the best paying career as we know, but it's something that she definitely could do. She definitely wants to get a jump start because if she does that, then ask to volunteer time. Okay, what about this guy? Respectful introduction. Maybe this person can volunteer and go on a date with her. This is Travis Scott. Oh, there's another person here, Liberty. She's gonna need some friends, so we may as well say hello to her as well. So invite your neighbors in. Ooh, one of them brought some fruitcake. I wonder if she'll like or hate it. It's always a toss-up. Is it too early to start flirting? I don't think so. She needs to get in with somebody as quickly as possible. We're not quite talking shotgun marriage here, though that is not something that is outside of the rules. She could definitely have sex before marriage. It's just that she can only have children by the same man. Well, it looks like she and Travis, right? Isn't that his name? Are getting along pretty well. It's good to see Liberty rocking out. I think we all need to try some of this. Discuss world peace? Why not? I think she's gonna try and flirt and see what happens. It's very forward, but again, needs must. Well, there we go. That was positive. Oh, we could ask him to volunteer his time and thank him for coming and thank her for coming and thank her for... I might need to change some of these people's outfits so that it makes more sense for what we're trying to do here. Of course, ever the good host, she does need to clean up after everyone. Oh no, he decided not to volunteer. That's sad, but we're still friends. I mean, they're still friends. Looks like she likes the fruity delicacy. She needs to put this away though so that she can eat some more. Of course, she's gonna be frugal because she was taught to be frugal, of course. Oh, somebody else is at the door. Who is this person? Jeb Harris. Okay, well, funny introduction. It feels like he needs one. We can't actually try to get with him because he's still a teenager and that would be awkward. Hard at work here, cleaning up after everyone, being a good host. Okay, Jeb liked it, I guess. May as well discuss his interests for a second. I want to figure out how to ask Travis what he does for a living. Because we need somebody who can support us, right? Let's see if we can exchange numbers at least, now that we've gone to the bathroom. I hope you wash your hands. I didn't see you. She's gonna try it. I wish that we could actually have found the phones mounted to the wall, but unfortunately, I think the Sims will implode if we try to get rid of the phone here that is kind of the crux of everything in their lives. So let's just pretend that she can only use her phone at home and that it's attached to the wall up here somewhere. All right, I think some people are leaving. She has to find somebody to volunteer with. So who else can we strike up a conversation with here on the street that looks good? Maybe this person? Who's this? She's coming right in, okay. Oh, that kid is still here. Lily. Lily could be a really good friend. We'll see. She looks like she should be. She's cute. Debate the existence of vampires. Remember, our girl is really into vampire novels, apparently. And Lily likes it. Definitely best friend material. Ask about hobbies. I think the kid needs to leave. Go home. It's almost time for dinner. All right, Lily, let's have some quality time because I need a volunteer for my classroom. But also I want a friend. They're gonna talk about, she's gonna tell her some stories. How about that? All right, let's see if she will volunteer her time. We might have found a winner here. Let's see. All right, there we go. I've only met one potential mate. I think it's time for Lily and me to go out on the town. We could, of course, ask Travis out on a date instead. Let's see how that goes. And if it doesn't work, then she'll find other mates. So probably the local haunt is this place, the Blue Velvet Nightclub. Who's this person? Bako Jang? He's got the moves. No, I actually think that her everyday outfit makes the most sense. Let's go and, oh, look it. That's, wow, he made a really awkward looking joke. Why do I need to go to the bathroom all the time? She must drink a lot of water. I feel like I'm doing all of the work here. Ask if single. I guess that's probably pretty important. Maybe compliment appearance. Okay, does he have any hobbies or does he just sit there? Well, he likes her. There is that at least. I feel like she's rushing into this, but I guess she kind of has to if she's going to have 100 babies in her lifetime. I wonder if we can get them to marry in the next... I'm getting ahead of myself. This may end very badly. We'll see. So we need to joke with our date, I guess, to make it a good date. Haven't even been paying attention to the date itself. Only just trying to make funny faces. That's not really a joke, is it? A joke about aliens. That feels kind of 50s. Politicians, anytime. Property values, there you go. What does he think about property values? Talk property values to me, baby. Flash crazy eyes. She's in a funny mood, okay. She also really needs to go to the bathroom, so here in a second, I think we might have to do that. But first, let's have some deep conversations. And then she needs to flirt with him a ton. We should introduce ourselves to Victor just because he's sitting there, just in case. You know, if this doesn't work out. We still don't know what he does for a living. And that kind of creeps me out a little bit because it means that maybe he doesn't do much. And I wouldn't necessarily care about that as much if I didn't need to be attached to him and have to depend on him for all of my financial well-being. Now, are we ready for a first kiss? No, I don't think so. Gotta flirt some more first, I think. Well, he is definitely feeling it. Oh, we're both flirty. Maybe embrace again. Offer a rose, that's cute. Why did she change again? Oh, she had to go outside to go to the bathroom, that's why. Aw, so nice, you're in my way again. Aw, thanks. All right, he likes that. Sexy pose. First kiss. I think it's time. Does it work? Wait, where are you going? Don't say goodbye to him. Well, okay, fine. It was only the first date. She has to go to work tomorrow. She needs to go home. Travis is a definite possibility. This is gonna be so hard. What if they don't work out? She won't have a lot of time to make 100 babies if they don't work out. Heck, she won't have a lot of time to have one baby if she needs to find multiple suitors before she finds the guy who she can actually do things with. Time to sleep. There's no time like the present to get ahead of schedule, I guess. She's gonna wake up refreshed in the morning, have some breakfast, and then hightail it to work so that she hopefully is not late. It's a pretty good date though. I mean, I think she needs to go into work, doesn't she? So she needs to get up, she needs to eat, and she needs to go. I love the nightie so much. It is so cute. And she loves her fruitcake. Look at her. Look at her being so excited about that fruitcake. Who doesn't love a good Christmas cake? Am I right? That was not connected in any way whatsoever to other videos that may or may not be on this channel. All right, you've got to go to work. That is a hilarious outfit for a substitute teacher. I wish I had been able to dress like that as a substitute teacher, although not really. I kind of liked dressing like a regular teacher, if I'm honest. In her portfolio, this is more work than I thought would be, which teaching always is, unfortunately. She should probably socialize with her coworkers because maybe she'll find a mate at work. She needs to vote on neighborhood action plans. It looks like self-sufficiency is a big one. Water conservation. I like the sharing is caring. Back to the old days. I think this one actually makes the most sense for what we're trying to do here. I have a lot of influence points. Look at that. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so I just spent all of my points on back to the old days. Oh, look at that. Look who's calling. He wants her to go out again tonight. Of course we're gonna go out. Who needs to grade papers? Come on now. There he is, weirdly with Jeffrey Landgrab. Why is he there? Okay, it is time for us to do the crucial first kiss. Oh, it worked. She needs to change. She looks ridiculous. Change. There we go. Go and kiss him again. We're all counting on you. She's so tired. Ask to be boyfriend. Jump right in, girl. There we go. We still don't know what he does for a living. Propose. Hey, this is moving really fast. What if he doesn't have a job? What is she gonna do? She has to quit. Oh my gosh. Aw, that's sweet. Elope immediately. Uh-oh. I sense this isn't going to end well somehow, but it's not allowed to not end well because they need to make a baby tonight. Wow, this is definitely not the way that most people elope in a bar on the outskirts of town in their regular clothes. Even now, especially then though. Oh, what a beautiful ceremony with the bartender in the way. All right, we need to move him in. Oh, he lives with them. That's why they all came over together. Well, that's really nice. So it'll be very easy to be friends with them, I guess. And so we got to split this 3 ways, I suppose, since there were 3 of them. So that's like 3,000. Okay, not a bad little nest egg to start with. It could be worse, but now we need to know, oh, he does have a job, but he needs to go to it right now. Bye. And you need to go to bed. Who's this girl? Ariella. You are cute. We should be friends. Okay, you really do need to go home though, so that you can get your baby making on. You need to work hard, I think. Oh, what is your job anyway? So he works in quality assurance. Farah could have done worse, I think. Go home, make a baby. Gosh, I hope that Farah doesn't regret this because I will be very, very sad if they end up hating each other because they have to make all these babies all the time. Look how gross Farah is. It's astounding that he's still kissing her, but I guess it is their wedding night, so it makes sense. Be enticing. They're having a good time. This might actually work. All right, now we can give each other massages in the privacy of our own home. The gravity of the fact that Farah just met Travis and then married him, the first man that she met, is hitting me quite heavily right now. This is not the moment for that while they are having their romantic moment. I think they're gonna go now to bed. Let's see what happens. Will they woohoo even with her stinking like she is? I do not know. Or maybe they should just sleep first. Although to be fair, I think they should woohoo so that she can start her gestation. All right, try for baby. Here we go. Will it happen? Oh, he fell asleep. Awkward. She's just standing there waiting. That is not a good way to start things. All right, let's do it. Yeah, she stinks. I know. All right, fine. She'll get a shower. Oh my goodness. She's gonna take a steamy shower. Okay, we're doing this. Hey, there we go. Will they have a baby? I don't know. I think we might have to find out next time. So now that she has done that, she needs to quit her job because she is now married and she just had her first ever woohoo and is expected very quickly to have her first child. Stay tuned next time for installment 3 of the 100 Baby Challenge 50s edition, where we see if Travis is able to do what he needs to do as a father to support his children, or if she even is pregnant. We don't know yet. And I think next time Farah is gonna have a good time designing the nursery, so long as Travis, of course, can keep his end of the bargain up and they have enough money to do so. This was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching. And I suppose the only thing left to do is to see you tomorrow for another Vlogmas video. Bye!